Salud, che faz quae? It's Hector Castillo, Bobby from girlschase.com. Today I want to talk about the 6 major mistakes to avoid on date number 2. So you had the first date, went okay, or went good, or went great, and you're having date 2. What do you want to avoid to make sure that this actually goes from second date to bed? Because for me, first date should make sex happen. It's very rare when I actually want to go on a second date or try to go on a second date. Because to me, you should be making a really, really good connection with the girl on the first date, and that should be enough to fuck her. Not only because it creates a great impression, but because I want to have sex as quick as possible. But let's say it's date 2, it fucking happens, and unfortunately you're there. How do you get that to the bedroom? But if you actually need help getting dates and meeting girls, maybe you have approach anxiety and you have trouble actually approaching girls anywhere, you think maybe it's weird, you're lacking that confidence with girls, or maybe you just don't even tell when a girl is interested in you, we actually have a 7-day free mini course that you can sign up for right here, and you get it to your email, and it'll help you meet the girl so you can have the first date and ideally fuck her on that date, or if you end up on the second date and then fuck her there, and watch this video so you can do that much more easily. Okay, so you're on the second date. How do you avoid making a mistake that's gonna ruin it all your hard work? First, the biggest mistake that I think guys do, and that I've done in the past myself, is that I am not friendly enough. You had a first date, and again, in my opinion, you should make it so great, have such a good connection, and bond with her so well that you should be close to fucking or already fucking. So on the second date, you definitely should be really, really warm and friendly. You should be treating her like she's your best friend that you're gonna have sex with, but have the connection of a great friendship, and then obviously the sexuality of a lover. So when you first go to meet her for the second date, hey, what's up? Hey, how are you? Hug, right? Because in the first time when you see a girl, you're like, hey, what's up? You know, kiss on the cheek if you're in Europe, shake your hands if you're in America. And there's that kind of awkwardness, but now it's second date, you should be friendly. You know each other a bit, you've talked. Hey, what's up? Give her a big hug, really squeeze her tight. How are you? How you been? Really, I'm telling you, if you treat girls like they're a long lost friend that you haven't seen, or that your best friend that you talk to every day, they're gonna feel it. Emotions are reciprocal and they bounce off each other. So if you treat her like she's your best friend and there's a lot of warmth and a lot of love, she's gonna feel it, and she's gonna be like, oh, it's so great to see you. Yeah, oh my God, you know, well, let's go inside, wherever it is. So treat her like she's your best friend. But that being said, another mistake guys do is to the other extreme. They treat the second date as if it's continuing from a save point. This is a huge thing that a lot of guys mistake when they deal with girls. We think of life kind of in save points. If you meet a guy, talk to him, boom, have fun, cool. The way that I left you is the way that I see you when I come back. The emotions that I left you with, the conversation that we had, we're just coming back. That's why you can have a friend that you haven't talked to in 5 years, and then you see each other, you're like, oh, what's up? Oh yeah, how was that thing that we talked about that last time? How you been? It's as if no days have passed. Girls are, on the other hand, are fucking crazy, and their emotions can go here, can go here, they can go here, they can go here, all because they were thinking about the first date. They're like, I like him, and then 2 hours later, they're like, I don't know, maybe that was kind of weird that we talked about. Oh, but he was really smooth about this, but he said this, and now I'm thinking about it. I talked to my friends about it, and oh, yeah, maybe it was kind of sketchy. Like, I'm not really sure. They're going to go through all these fucking emotions because they're crazy and they're talking to other girls, and they're bouncing back ideas, and they're evaluating that first date because girls always talk about everything with each other. So don't treat her like she's going to be the exact same way and feel the same way about you that she did last time. So let's say on the first date, you guys got kind of sexual, right? You didn't quite go to the bedroom, but you were kind of being sexual. Then you meet her for the second time and you guys sit down and you start getting too friendly. Because warmth in the beginning and like friendship kind of feelings, those are polite and those are non-risky. But if you get a little bit too sexual, a little bit too touchy really quickly, what you can notice is the girl's like, she's like, you know, why are you acting like that? Because girls are present oriented, whereas guys, they have set hard save points, basically. That's a really good way to think about it, save points. Don't think of girls like that. Your save game data gets fucking corrupted every time you leave a girl. It's always changing. So don't assume that she's in the same emotional space as she was last time. So you gotta feel her out. Be warm, be cool, but kind of like see like, all right, how is she feeling today? Because her emotions could have changed, not only because of you, but because of life. Now, on a similar note, you also need to avoid having the same strategy. So this is an evolution of not making the mistake of assuming she's emotionally in the same place, but also for a different, distinct reason, and that is you need to be going harder and faster. So not only will she not feel the same way, maybe as she did previously, you also need to be picking up the pace because again, in my mind, you should be smashing first date. Second date, you definitely need to go further. So whatever strategy you had on the first date, go more, go harder, go more intimate, more extreme, and spike up her emotions. Because let's say you had a really deep conversation on the first date. You actually want to go casual with this one because in actuality, whatever you made her feel on the first date wasn't enough to fuck her. Maybe you could have if you've asked, and a lot of guys don't pull girls on the first date because they don't have the balls to actually do it. But let's just say in general, you didn't make her as excited enough to fuck you as possible. But let's say you went really deep. Now I want you to go really casual. Switch it up because whatever you did last time wasn't enough. If you went really casual last time, now go super deep. You need to create a multivaried, multi-dimensional seduction because you need to give her a full wide range of emotions. And one way that you can do this that can spike up the sexiness and spike up the intimacy is be more touchy. More touchy. So I know that this is kind of like I give you this advice and then I give you opposite advice, but dating is nuanced and it has a lot of you should do this but not too much, and then a little bit more than you would think here but not too much this way. So be warm in the beginning, but don't assume that she's in the same emotional space that she is. Change your strategy a little bit, but be more touchy because now she is kind of more of a friend. So definitely sit close to her, touch her leg a bit more, be more comfortable. Now warm up to it. That's the main point of the second point of don't assume she's in the same emotional space. But once you figured out where she is, then you warm her up, talk more, and then she's gonna be like, oh yeah, you know, I had a great time on that first day. I'm really feeling good. Then you get more touchy. Touch her on the legs, kind of treat her like she's your best friend again. So you're adapting to the situation, but you're coming in with a solid strategy and then spiking it up because you definitely need to fuck her on date 2. So more touchy. Touch. Touch me. So in addition to guys making the mistake of not being touchy enough on dates, you also need to not make the mistake of not being sexual enough. So touchy is the physical form of building arousal, but you should also be getting more sexy with the conversation. You may not be a direct game kind of guy, and I'm super extreme, and only a few people really enjoy doing that and can pull it off. But even if you're one of the most casual introverts, you do need to be a little bit more sexual. This could mean sex jokes, sex stories, talking to her about sex, whatever it is. Get more sexual because you need to spike up that first date and end it on a great note so that she's ready to go home with you. So now you've done all that correctly. What is the sixth and final most major mistake that most guys make on date 2? It's not pulling her fucking home. A lot of times I explained before, the reason why guys don't pull a girl on the first date is because they didn't have the balls to. When in fact, a lot of guys do a great job on that first date, but they just don't think, I can get her. You don't get her, you know, you don't get her. But you got to pull her home now. You have to fucking go for it. Because now you know she likes you. She not only went on 1 date with you, she went on fucking 2. To me, that's a lot. I have very like short thresholds for like, a girl could like look at me with like a wink and I'm like, oh, she wants a smash. That girl wants the fucking dick. Let's go. You know, I get turned on by, I take everything as like a little bit of a signal. You know, I'm cool about it and I test my boundaries, but I'm pretty fucking like extreme. She looks at me for a few seconds. I'm like, yeah, she wants a dick. Let's go. Let's go talk to this bitch.
Hey girl, you want some tail?
Okay, so you're on date 2. You need to fucking pull. And what's gonna make that pull actually work is listening to all the advice I just fucking gave you. So let's go over it again. Be friendly, but also don't assume that there's some kind of save point and you need to like test where she is feeling about you. You need to be more touchy, be more sexual, and then I skipped one. What the fuck did I skip? Fuck! Don't keep the same strategy. Vary your strategy. So if you were deep one way, be casual here. If you're casual here, be deep here. Multivariate seductions. We're very, damn it. I was gonna make such a cool joke. You ever had that time when you have like cool jokes in your head and you're like, I say this, that's smart, this is that clever, and then you're like, nope. Whatever you thought was gonna be clever, it just like falls flat and you're like, fuck, I just ruined this great like pyramid of a joke. Okay, fuck me. All right, so not the same strategy. And then pull her fucking home. Don't make the mistake of being a pussy. Get that bitch home, put it in her pussy, and don't be a, damn it, I did it again, fuck. I thought I was gonna end on such a great note. Fuck. Okay, I'm just gonna end this because it's awkward. Follow me on social media. Remember that the description has that 7-day mini course. I'm getting all red. Ring the bell, like the video, subscribe, leave a comment about absolutely fucking nothing because fuck you. And I'm just gonna leave. Bye.